Thank you for coming. Maybe you can solve this mess. Our missing patrols are being held hostage by Avar, barbarians from the mountains.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you, because you're the Herald of Andraste.
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avar think there are gods in nature, as in the sky has a god and the forest. The Avar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
Should I autograph something for him before he tries to behead me?
They think readings for the weak. You know, scholars, lowlanders, or legion peasants. Getting to our troops won't be easy. You'll have to fight your way through undead. But you're probably really good at fighting undead after Crestwood, right?
Does no one in Ferelden get to burn their dead?
A plague took this place. I wouldn't drink the water. The Avar are holed up in the castle on the other side of the Fallow Mire. Make her willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
Hello everyone, my name is Tocho and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition here in... Is this place just called the Mire? Where is this? The Fallow Mire, okay. We went back and did the unlocked areas that we, in the deep roads, the expedition stuff, and all it did was, you know, add bridges to get to loot, really. There's nothing really, super significant there, although we did come across this. Okay, so in one of the unlocked expedition areas, we found a cheese wheel, and I can only assume we'd have to bring it here. This is the... I think this is where the Nug Cave was, right? Yeah. Hi, guys. How you do? Oddly cute little rat pig things. I don't know. Cheese on the throne. Am I about to get jumped? Hello? Okay. Squeaks judgmentally.
Are you putting me on trial?
Am I being judged by a rodent?
Oh, well, thank you. It is your home after all. I'm feeling very judged.
The Nug King. A hot debate among Nug admirers. My god, first words of the day. Is whether the king in Paragon Imbrian's songs were royalty of some kind, or merely an especially magnificent specimen of the breed. Every year, scholars, bards, and rodent enthusiasts bring offerings of cheese to the deep roads, hoping for a glimpse of the Nug King, who remains elusive. Well, sure. All hail the Nug King, I guess. And all the Nugs are gone. Moving on, I guess. Yeah, so we had an audience with the Nug King and was judged worthy? Maybe? I don't know.
We should look around. Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What is it?
Geological survey? Yeah, pretty much. Anyways. So yeah, Nug King's a thing. Did I not bring a road? Because... okay, it's just open. Short note. Helen, I won't be in tonight. Rupert said he had a surprise for me. He teased me by saying Lady Peasley, which he always does when he's trying to impress me by pretending he's not impressing me. Don't tell Mum where I am. I made fresh porridge in the red pot for both of you. I'll care for her tomorrow, I promise. Lucia. Garbog's Black Country Reserve, likely dropped to avoid seizure by authorities or because seizure due to drinking. Garbog only brewed from 874 to 892, blessed, killed when the vapors in his beard spontaneously combusted. Wow. Okay. What's this? Before Andrasianism, the Forgotten Face. The teachings of Andros and Chanty have been part of the Thedosian lives for over 800 years. The Chantry guides us and teaches us. We are made humble in the knowledge that we have sinned, and yet we are inspired and given hope through Andrasi's story and her song. But Andraste died almost 200 years before Emperor Cordillus Dracon established the Chantry and spread the Chant of Light. In those terrible years, the Thedosians were lost. Crying for salvation, they took anyone and anything they hoped they could give them the answers they so desperately sought. Some returned to well-known faiths like the Devinter Imperium's cult of the Old Gods, which we hold accountable for the curse of the Blight and the Darkspawn. But others found their own paths, following false prophets and making false gods out of men. Many of these religions have disappeared, dying out with their adherents, like the Daughters of the Song or the Empty Ones. Others, like the Blades of Hessarian, may still lurk in the hidden corners of our world. This book aims to remember them so that we may find compassion for those who lived in those dark times, and also for they who even now are lost and turned to shadow, trying to find light. Okay, so we are here because some Inquisition soldiers have gone missing, and now learned that they're being held by an Avar, which I think the Avar are those, like Nordic cultures that exists in Southern Thedas, where we were talking about them in like the last episode before one of the two. Peter Marsh. The gardeners are too sick to save, everyone says. Grandfather and my brothers barricaded them in their own house so they wouldn't make anyone else sick. He yelled at me for watching instead of helping. Said it was for our own good. There's no more lights in the gardener's home. Ravane. Nowhere in my travels, not in the heart of the Imperium nor streets of Ordsmore, have I felt as so much an outsider as in Ravane. The chant of light never truly reached the ears of these people. The years they spent under thumb of the Qunari left most of the country zealous followers of the Qun. But resistance to the chants goes deeper than the Qunari war. The Ravadi refuse to be parted from their seers, wise women who are in fact hedge mages communicating with spirits and actually allowing themselves to become possessed. The Chantry prohibition against such magical practice violates millennia of local tradition. So anyway, soldiers are being held by an Avar who wants to hold them hostage to get to me, which is what else is new. Light of Andraste, there was a wind-weathered inscription on the statue, commissioned in 655 Storm by the illustrious Ban Hargrave, protector of the Fallow Mire, to commemorate the completion of her keep and to thank Blessed Andraste for her good fortune. So anyways, we have to go save our people, but also there's a bunch of undead in the way for reasons we don't quite understand. I love the aesthetic here.
There must be more further in.
I don't know what it is about like marshes and swamps, but it's I love it.
One down.
Is it not all the way in here? Sandra do a little smashy smashy? It's barred from the outside. So they're trying to keep something in. I can only assume whatever is causing the undead to rise. Hello zombos. Hi zombos. I have greatly outleveled this place. Property of Ira Gardner is written in spidery handwriting on this collection of homemade recipes and remedies. Last entry reads, first sign of the plague is coughing and going pale, like blood's run out of your skin. Elf fruit soothes the cough but doesn't cool the next day's fever. That's where the spindleweed helps. The ones I planted by the old shed came in quick. They seem to like where the soil's dry. I'll try making ointment with it tomorrow. The Empty Ones were a small and short-lived cult based in Navarra, and known for worshipping the Blight and by extension the Darkspawn. Some confuse the Empty Ones with followers of Devendra's old gods, a reasonable mistake since archdemons are said to be tainted old gods. However, it is clear from the histories that the Empty Ones did not worship Dumont and his ilk, but the Blight itself. Following Andraste's death, many of her followers fell into deep despair. They believed that the prophet's betrayal and execution marked the beginning of the end of the world, and that the Maker's wrath would soon come upon them. The most fatalistic of them all gathered to prepare for their doom. They called themselves the Empty Ones, for they saw themselves as worthless husks ready to be swept away by the Maker's hand. It is unknown what passed then, but over time the Empty Ones grew to believe that the Blight was to be the tool by which the Maker would end all of creation. They preached that it came from the Void, a place of nothing, and that returning to the Void was something to be celebrated because it meant the end of all pain and suffering. Some mistakenly take this to mean that the Empty Ones worshipped evil, but that is an oversimplification. The Empty Ones believed the world to be beyond redemption, and that it was the Maker's will that it be destroyed completely. There are tales of Empty Ones scouring the deep roads searching for Darkspawn, whom they saw as the Blight's prophets, in order to assist them in bringing about the new Blight. Predictably, the beginning of the second Blight saw the end of the Empty Ones. The entire cult made its way into Anderfeld, where they stood in the path of the encroaching Darkspawn and, singing in praise of the oblivion that was to overtake them, were consumed. Cool.
Is that a beacon of some sort?
What? Ooh, wisp. Oh, demons.
Watch out! The beacon seems to draw out the undead. We could use them to fight on dry land.
Keep an eye out for more then.
The Veilfire messages in the Fallow Myra. Oh my god, that's loud. Dorian, cancel your wall. Where's your wall? Get rid of it. Thank you. Oh, well, I lost that. So, is this a matter of. That unlocked a fast travel point. I don't think we have really other camps in this area, so is this just a matter of going through the beacons and. Oh, there's one camp. Making our way through the beacons and, yeah, beacons in the dark. Let's track that and see what happens. Yeah, cutting a path through the swamp, because I assume I'm not supposed to go in the water, right? What happens if we go in the water?
Careful. Disturbing the water draws them out.
Yeah. So anyways, we're staying out of the water. So lighting the beacons gives us a... I guess just a path to go through. It's Widry's journal. This thick journal is half undecipherable. The parts that can be read are splattered with ink as if the author had written them in a hurry. There were years of notes in that book. Years! Who could have taken it? Or deciphered it? Did someone follow me from the circle? I bet it was Wernham, or Clarice. They always were jealous, little busybodies. If they saw what I've done, the demons I've harnessed, they'd be agreeing with envy. Who's afraid of spirits now, you simpering ewes? But I must have my book back. I will write down the cipher again before I forget. Again. These demons are clever. I can't have them demanding a price for decrypting my own notes. The concoctions I made with the plants here in safe amounts will open my mind to vistas past the fade. The demon's hint is, it is beyond me because they wish to undermine me. It's so clear. It's so very clear. Staring at the set of unreadable runes conjures up strong feelings of bitterness and arrogance in equal measure. They fade slowly. So is there just demons bound in each of these standing stones, and that's what's causing undead to happen? So is that more like a recent development, or is something else happening? There's a little tunnel over there I want to go into. Smudge drawing. On this small note, the words "not deathroot" have been underlined 3 times. There's a small illustration of a plant that looks like spindleweed, with this one underlined underneath it. Notes from a scout. The paper is small, thin, and meant for transport by a messenger bird. Warn the herald his life is in danger if he comes into the mire. Our patrol spotted a Var 3 days ago. We didn't understand why they came down from the prospects until we were captured in ambush. The leader said they came because they heard the Inquisition was in the area. They wanted to lure out and kill the Herald of Andraste to win favor with their gods. I escaped, but I can't free the others without help. I found a good camping spot for a rescue party. We'll tend my wounds before heading out. Scout Aubrey Greenholm.
Inquisitor.
There was something on the floor before I started camp, but I guess they'd replace it with that?
No sign of the Avar who want to challenge me, or the Inquisition's soldiers.
The Daughters of Song. Wine, music, poetry, and the wanton and frenzied indulgence of carnal fancies. These things characterize the hedonistic cult known as the Daughters of Song. Calling them an order of the faithful leans them legitimacy they do not deserve. The daughters and sons, though they saw themselves also as daughters, celebrated Andraste's holy union with the Maker in almost every way imaginable. And it was only the holy union they ventured Andraste's life. Her war, her teachings, and her sacrifice were blithely ignored. At its height, the Daughters of Song numbered in thousands. They maintained a stronghold in a village called Virale in the fields of Ghislaine. Virale saw yearly events during which the Daughters of Song paraded caravan images of the Maker's glory throughout the square. Or carven images. The Daughters of Song were wiped out by the righteous force of the Emperor Drakon during his campaigns to unite all of Orlais. When the Emperor's forces sacked the village, the daughters would not arm themselves and were either killed or captured. The village was destroyed and the cult never recovered. A lot of information of other religions in this area. Hello, person. Okay, brief technical hiccup there. My headset decided to, unalive itself. So, got a new headset in, and we're going to continue on with... What's this dude?
So, you're Herald of Andraste. My kin want you dead, Lowlander, but it's not my job. No fears from me.
The other Avar kidnapped an Inquisition patrol. Are they all right?
A few were injured in the skirmish, but they were alive. Last I saw them. Someone's trained them well. They killed more of us than I thought they would.
I thought the Avar wanted to fight me.
Our chieftain's son wants to fight you. I'm called in when the dead pile up. Rights to the gods, mending for the bleeding, a dagger for the dying. That's what I do. I don't pick up a blade for a whelp's trophy hunt.
Farewell then.
Watch the water.
Sure. What's this? So I'm trying to remember what we were doing. We need the light beacons to get to the Avar place, right?
Look, signs of a plague.
A cheerful addition to any decent swamp. At least in the city you can find a decent... Out here you have what? Roots and berries?
So how long has this been going on that there's just undead, you know, coming out of the water and stuff? Uh-oh. I mean, this place seems relatively abandoned. Veilfire and the Fallow Mire. These particular Veilfire runes are completely impenetrable, but staring at them brings about the mental image of some kind of plant, and the impression it's somehow important, then it fades. Dorian, your fire spells are loud as hell. Also, this new headset is, a bit more noise-cancelly than the other ones were, as far as, things outside of the game, so I'm not hearing myself talk the way I used to, so if anything changes, that's probably why. It can only really help me, right? I tend to be soft-spoken and I have to edit it up in the, in post.
That should help ward off demons.
Lost City of Barrender. On the 15th day of my journey across the Adventure Imperium, our caravan reached a great rolling plain. Swaying grass hid flocks of birds so vast that when they took flight, their numbers blocked the sun. This, our guide informed us, was the great city of Barrender. Wonder of the ancient world, famed for its fountains, of which were said to grant eternal youth. Legend has it that during the celebration of winter solstice, Carinatus, High King of Barrender, turned away an envoy from the High Priest of Damat. The priest called upon his god to punish Carinatus for this offense, and the dragon god of silence answered him. Months passed, the kingdom of Barrender fell silent. In distant Minrathos, the priest of Razikael dreamed of dark omens. The oracles declared that a dire fate had befallen King Carinathus. Finally, the fearful High King of Minrathos sent a company of soldiers to Barrender. The men reported that the road which led across the northern plain ended abruptly. They walked for leagues over barren, empty rock where the kingdom of Barrender had once been, all of it swept from the face of the world by the hand of a god. Not a single stone of Barrender remains, and nothing of the once powerful city has ever been found, a secret now that can never be told. That's, terrifying.
We have a path free of corpses back to the shore.
Nice.
The fewer of these creatures, the better.
No more undead spookies happening? These unreadable runes evoke for a moment a sudden and overpowering feeling of smug and vengeful triumph, as though a difficult problem has been solved. There is the image of a bottled elixir, and then it fades. A cipher written in the last pages of Apostle Wilderness Journals correspond with the Veilfire or writing found in the Fallow mire. The deciphered messages are notes that, when taken together, form instructions on how to concoct a particularly dangerous poison. And we get a poison recipe out of that. Nice. Not that I ever use it, but... So that should be the main area cleared. This should just be the Avar Keep next, which I assume is that fortress over there in the distance. So let's go save our homies. That's not the button. That was the button. Hello? Don't do that. Oh look, corpses.
More undead!
They're endless! Run for the castle!
But are they farmable is the question.
They keep coming! Let's go to the castle!
They are not farmable. Alright, well. We can go then.
It is a comfort
Okay.
to have you present on our journeys, Seeker.
You so rarely call me by my name, Solas. Why is that?
Manners, perhaps.
Manners have not held you back on other occasions.
I say what I believe to be true, even if it gives offense to those who prefer the lie. But there is no lie in what you are. Your position is an honorable one, and well earned.
Hi. Oh, they just sat down for dinner also.
Herald of Andraste! Face me! I am the hand of God!
Is that it? Oh, he's dead. Nice. Iron Bull will appreciate that. What else is happening here?
I think Blackwall would have liked to have been here for this.
Well, Blackwall should mark where things he's interested in are on the map. We've got a couple rooms to unlock, but we're gonna need a rogue for that. Was that it? Did we do the thing? Oh, that was the key we got. Hello, friends!
Herald of Andraste.
I dealt with the Avar. Is everyone all right?
Yes, your worship. The injured need some rest, but we can return on our own.
I can't believe the Herald came for us. I told you he wouldn't leave us.
Yeah, I've got your backs. Just don't get caught again, because, this took me forever and a day to actually get to you guys. I knew about this, like, what, episode 2? Hello.
Your god looks after you, Herald. There lies the brat. His father, chief of our holding, would duel me for the loss if he cared enough.
Sure, why not?
The Inquisition has a purpose your chief lacks.
Is this why the Lady of the Skies led me here? To help heal the wounds in her skin? Aye, I'll join you. Let me make peace with my kid and I'll find where you set your flag.
What does acquiring agents do for me other than give me a neat cutscene? Yeah! So was that it? Members of the Grave, something for Blackwall. And there's a random quest over there. I think everything else is gonna be... It seems like a one and done, like generic Fade Rifts, Sky Shards area. But if that's all of the important stuff out of the way, I can handle that off camera. So until next time, my name's been Tocho. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye!